of the time, and he might be underselling it. First touch from Malik Sherrod, working through the ankle injury, ducks through for a gain of 2, picked up by Will Johnson, who makes the tackle. We look at the defense for this Michigan side. We talk about what they lost, but West, but going last year to start their season at Purdue. Will Johnson all over the field, got in the backfield, and Malik Sherrod had nowhere to run.
That was a short split by the receiver, Delana, and that enabled Will Johnson, who's right here, to just come quickly. And he is a guy who likes the physical part of the game. And you could see the right guard at that position.
Sharp, the motion man on second down and 3. Keene, happy feet, lobs it up. Oh, that is tipped away by Johnson. It is dangerous to test his side of the field.
Well, he went after him once, and Will Johnson went for the pick and missed, and it was a completion. That time, the ball came out pretty late, and Will Johnson was ready for it. It's zone coverage. It's not man. So there's an underneath.
Every series we need to make adjustments against this team. Let's see how they do here. Get it on the ground. Sherrod wiggles through and is crunched between Johnson and Page. It'll be first and goal. Oh, picked off!
Too many times.
Will Johnson, one of the best quarterbacks in the country, seals it for Michigan. Pick 6, touchdown Wolverines.
The play before this, they faked the screen to Moss and threw to Beecham.
It was a touchdown. After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 2, that reinforced and the ensuing kickoff.
86 yards for some sunglasses and a W here in Ann Arbor.
You know, you said it a little while ago. Fresno State was not afraid to go after Will Johnson. They've gone after him a couple times. They've hit a few completions. He's been close to a couple interceptions. That time, he read the wide receiver screen to Moss, jumped it, guessed right, and took it to the house. Don't poke the bear too many times, you know. He read this right away and stepped in front of the throw and made an All-American kind of play.
Preseason first team AP All-American. Preseason Big Ten honoree. First team All Big Ten last year. Second team by the media. The coaches knew.
15 now. From the 28. Ewers dumps it down near side. Caught and out of bounds at the 20 by Jaden Blue.
To pass, go to the outside, catches made by the tight end Manny Stevenson, and driven out of bounds after a 2-yard gain. Third down, Arkansas State.
Talk about tackling. If there's a guy to set the standard, it has to be your best players. Well, that's Will Johnson, number 2, first-round pick in next year's draft, bringing down the big tight end and forcing a 3rd and long, where as good as Jalen Rayner, so uncharacteristic for Michigan, they got to get it cleaned up.
Ball on the ground, Rayner picks it up and swallowed up at the 50-yard line. Will Johnson was right there. Bad exchange between he and Cross.
Yeah, the snap was kind of off target there. This is something they do. Arkansas
still all 3 timeouts. Heat coming over the middle. Incomplete. That ball popped up there for a while. He was looking for Jones again. Johnson on the coverage.
He's not afraid. I mean, not afraid to throw it into a tight window. And what's interesting is they're throwing it Will Johnson's way. But last week, Sarkisian from Texas, they tried to attack.
Rayner to the outside. Good tackle by Johnson, pushing out of bounds. Miller McCrumbie, his second catch. Pickup of 5, clock stops.
Will's had a few big hits this half, hasn't he?
Looking to the sideline again, another big hit. Catch made by Stevenson.
He's usually their go-to guy.
To pass right side, and a miscommunication. He was looking Courtney Jackson's way. Rayner incomplete. Boy, blanket coverage by Will Johnson.
Again, I can't believe how much they've tested him today. Would not be the guy I try to pick on. Like you said, blanket coverage. He almost ran that route for him.
The dark, and Greg had walked by and said, "You're like a ninja. You never quit watching film." And he said, "Someday you're going to be a head coach." And Sharon said, "What?" He is.
So not a lot of teams throw at Will Johnson. That time they tried to go inside. Will comes off the guy to the outside, adjusts to the tight end, and makes the play, knocks it loose.
9 seconds off. Moss. Pressure coming late. I think somebody got a hand on it. Moss, quick throw, intercepted. It's going to be a pick six. Will Johnson will take Wolverine touchdown. yards. Interception return for the score. Moss in trouble. Throws it away. Of course,
that's what Jed Fish has really been impressed with, his ability in that passing game as an all-around back. This time he stood up at the line of scrimmage, and a nice bolt by half sacks last week in the win over Minnesota. 27-24. Play action for Rodgers. Unloads, may have been tipped and incomplete out of bounds. Giles Jackson, the intended target, matched up with Will Johnson.
Only a three-man route, trying to give their quarterback protection. What they anticipate from Wink Martindale.
Now they're in the red zone, and this is where they've struggled to convert touchdowns. They do get it to Jackson. The speedster on the outside can't break the tackle of Johnson, but picks up 5. Clock it, they're going to go. Rodgers looking end zone. Boston incomplete. 4 seconds.
They went for the slant and go against Will Johnson, and he had it, just Will Rodgers overthrew it. Watch Will Johnson bite on the slant inside, and he's got enough separation. Will Rodgers just too much on the throw. They knew that Will Johnson, who has 2 pick sixes already this season, likes to go for the play.
And then screen out wide. Rodgers feeling the pressure. Gets rid of it, short for Boston.
Now, this is bad work by guard Memelar, the left guard. Watch, TJ Guy is just going to run right by the guard. Just bad technique. Should have stepped inside to take that away. And TJ Guy forces the errant throw. I mean, nothing.
Rodgers to throw. Lofts it. Sideline. Incomplete and a flag. Will Johnson. Face coverage on Denzel Boston. And a critical mistake.
Yeah, because, I mean, Will Rodgers is under heat, and he's just throwing this up. And the problem for Will Johnson is he did not know where the ball was. The ball, because of pressure, was coming back to the inside.
2 fouls on the play, both on the defense. Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 6, with a high hit to the quarterback. That penalty is declined. Pass interference, defense number 2. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
Rodgers gets enough on this ball, but it's back to the inside, and you can see the grab of the face mask by Will Johnson as Boston tried to cross over the the defender to get to the football. Will Johnson got a hold of the face mask.
And Todd, just like that, Michigan has more penalty yardage than Washington tonight.
And that's their best cover corner. I mean, they went after him. Michigan got pressure, albeit with a